As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Line gets set, first down. They'll go to the ground. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. He's going to pass. Tosses it incomplete. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. He breaks the tackle. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. They'll give it to him again.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. The Longhorns get the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. There's a live football. The defense snatches it, and they're going the other way.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, but man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. Fires to the big fella. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing it accurately. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11. Auburn lines up quickly. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, there's another outstanding run. You've been seeing that all season long. I think we all expected this guy to be really good as a true freshman. I don't know if anybody expected this. The fact that he's in the Heisman race as a true freshman, that's just ridiculous.
They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
They'll leave it with him. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Oh, picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Hand off from the shotgun. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. He now has 62 yards on the ground in this one and now sets his sights on a 1,000-yard season. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Wants to throw. It's Jimenez. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. The inside handoff. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
And that has got to be so demoralizing for this defense. They played so well on 1st and 2nd down and then have a total breakdown on 3rd. They're going to have to do so much better the next time they're put in that situation.
Aaron is trying to bash it forward. He got a couple. It's down at the 11. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Grab behind the line. It's Wolf. Touchdown, Texas! A great catch and run for 6. They're bellowing out Texas fight right now as the horns are ready after that touchdown drive.
And what a great way to start. Get the crowd jacked up. When you do something good like this early, that burnt orange is going absolutely bananas in the stands. And the rest of the game, the defense, the special teams, everybody feeds off their great energy.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
He makes the catch. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas 7, Auburn 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Here's the handoff. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Johnson wants to throw it. And the ball is picked off. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
He's now up to 83 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. tackled after picking up the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
On the run, it's Wolf.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he breaks it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Johnson looking to throw. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. He's taking the shot. Makes the grab inside the 30. Running toward the tape. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Quickly out to the tight end. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on second down.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Looking to throw, it's Jimenez. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's complete. Touchdown, Texas. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Effective offense leading the way here in establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, let it get all the facets rolled. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Penn State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. Running back searching for a hole. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Tackled, but he has a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. To the ground with the back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. The Tigers want to move quickly. The give to the back. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Running back goes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got enough space. Touchdown, Tigers. And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
14, Texas.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Working that left side now. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
To the air, it's Jimenez. He'll fire to his right. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Longhorns will line up to kick off and start the second half. Fair catch called for and made. Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Third down coming.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Johnson wants to throw it. Firing to the right, complete. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
And the Tigers are on the move. To the air on 1st down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And they finally get their 1st sack of the day. And one of the things coaches point to every week, how many times are you affecting the quarterback? Last week, they got 3 sacks. They got to continue to put more and more pressure on the quarterback to play better defense.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. He lets it fly. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Let's go. 2 interceptions already for this linebacker. Unbelievable job understanding passing situation, how to get in passing lanes, how to get his second pick. Dude, he's going to the sidelines, bragging to the DBs. I got way more picks than you do.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. The Longhorns have enough for the 1st down.
And those little chunks keep wanting to crud at you when you're on defense. You're putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that. Put you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number 1, we got to stop the run.
Gonna run it. It's Wolf. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And the Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that 1st down.
And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. To throw, it's Jimenez. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to...
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
Leaves it with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Receiver on the move, gets the touch pass. Finds a little bit of room as he'll get 2 out to the 6. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a 1st down at the 22. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. You can tell they got on the edge quickly and got the big 1st down.
Six-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. Give to the running back. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. He now has 91 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They'll ride the hot hand. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Auburn to the line in a hurry. They go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Johnson looking to throw. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. How about that one? Fourth and forever, and he just turned one loose and fired it for the first down.
Man, does that sting. Defensively, you get him in the perfect situation. You know they're going to pass the football. You play the ball deep, and you give up a deep pass. That is a back-breaking play.
He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Man, this guy has had a tremendous season. When you're getting mentioned for the Heisman Trophy as a true freshman running back, that is absolutely insane. And you've seen it all throughout the years, the big plays, the explosiveness, the speed. This guy has been unbelievable.
Man, what a surge by this defense. I think he's going to be a little bit short of the first down. On fourth down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run here. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
Man, what a nice touchdown run. And this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State is just getting blown off the field today. This has been a gong show since the opening kick. How does something like this happen? They're trailing by 14 to Wake Forest. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. He'll throw it. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. And now this offense on first and goal has a chance to break the tie late. Quick pass on the jet motion. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. Auburn lines up quickly. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Touch pass on the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Brought down at the 1-yard line. Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Trying to slam in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And these are the big decisions you have to make in a football game. How confident are you in your defense? That's all this decision comes down to. If I kick a field goal and I trust my defense, that's how this game could end. Or do I want to roll the dice because I don't believe in my defense?
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Auburn.
They could have tried to break the tie with a field goal attempt. Instead, they'll try to punch it in on 4th and goal here in the final period. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. The kicks in the 4th quarter take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll give it to the back. Smashes through. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Handoff from the gun. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back on the move. At midfield, he's got room. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Looking for a man. It's Jimenez. Using his legs to buy some time. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. They'll run it from the gun. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Caught in the backfield, it's Wolf. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Power football with the run. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On the ground, it's Wolf. And they'll finally make the tackle at the 3-yard line. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. They'll try to pick up the 1st. Touchdown, Longhorns! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. They'll need to be very sound here, limit this return, and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. That Auburn offense onto the field again. Pretty much down to cases here, David. They have to execute quickly to have a shot at the end.
And obviously,
he's going to let one fly down the middle. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
The offense lining up for a 1st down play. He wants to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And he reels it in for a touchdown, and that just might seal it.
That is how you end a football game. Closing seconds, great execution. Take the lead. This game is almost over.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Texas.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Auburn.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Back to the quarterback. Hit as he throws. And he intercepts it. And he's brought down after the pick, and time has expired here in the fourth. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jeff,